G'day, it's Gus and MG here. How are you, champion?
Hello, Gussie.
Good to see you, mate. Your reader questions for the big fella, MG. Let's start with Andy Cook. He says, do you think Johnathan Thurston crossed the line in saying the NRL are biased against non-Sydney teams? Of course, this coming off the back of 2 years in a row, a refereeing blunder has sent him out.
To answer the question, he may have overstepped the line a bit, but you've got to have some empathy for him. He's busted his gut 2 years in a row, only to be backdoored by two dubious, obvious refereeing blunders. Kieran Foran's hand of God last year, and this year the 7 tackles. You know, you have every right to be dirty, and I think the league have showed some common sense in, giving him a little bit of slack, because it wasn't a lot of emotion. He got back to North Queensland. There's 3,000 or 4,000 supporters there.
Oh, they're at 11,000.
Well, there you go. I mean, and that kind of buoys you and says, you know what, they can't hear me.
He's tired, emotional as well. And
yeah, I think if he had his time over again, he might take back a few words, but I think we've showed some common sense.
Okay. What about Michael Hinchcliffe said, would a coach's challenge system help eliminate refereeing errors? They've got it in the Holden Cup in the under-20s. That's an on-field call, isn't it, as a general rule?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's inevitable, Gus, that we're going to have the captain's challenge on the field. I watched the 20s last weekend, and I saw that the Balmain West Tigers 20s used it twice to basically keep them in the competition.
Yeah, eliminate some errors.
Yeah, and I think it's, apparently what happened with the Cowboys on the weekend, a couple of their outside backs were privy to the fact that there was a 7th tackle. And they tried to yell out to the ref or the touch judge, and the touch judge, or this is all hearsay, mind you, they said, no, mate, 6 tackles, get play on.
So they were back in the position for the kick on the 6th tackle?
Well, that's right. They were counting themselves. So if one of them players knew that there was a 7th tackle, they would have said, JT, quick, go and tell the ref, they've just had 7 tackles against us. That would be a captain's challenge.
Before the goal kick's done, we could bring it back to where the 6th tackle was.
Upstairs, have a quick count. I think we've got to. I think we've got to have it.
Okay. So you think it'll come?
I think it will be next year.
Maybe something we can trial in the pre-seasons or that type of stuff.
Yeah. Well, the 20s is a perfect avenue for it, and it's worked.
Okay. Chris France says, what are your thoughts on Ricky Stuart jumping ship from the Eels to join the Raiders?
Yeah, well, I don't think too much of it. I get the reasons he's done it, and until any parent has a kid with autism, we really don't know what goes on behind closed doors. But as far as professionally speaking goes, the way he dumped 12 players mid-season, and the way he's basically gone about his business at Parramatta, if I was a Parramatta supporter, I'd be filthy. But he is a Canberra man, and he does say that he wants to go back there. And I think, look, I think he's won something like 10 out of his last 51 games as a coach. So he's excuse the French, but his balls are on the line now. When he coaches for Canberra, he's really going to be under some pressure against a club that isn't doing much better than the club he left, to be honest.
Should the NRL, their marketing team, say, righto, what we want, Friday night football, it's normally the Rabbitohs and the Roosters. How about first round, first game, Para-Canberra?
Oh, that'd be nice.
Wouldn't it be good just to look forward to the season and have that game? So
listen to the big fella.
If the NRL are doing it, I think you need some help with marketing, so let's do that.
Yeah.
Brendan Barney, do you think Carmichael Hunt would be a quality buy for the Broncos? Because, of course, he struggled a little bit second season now with up with the Suns. Yeah,
he's one of them blokes who could be good at anything, I think. A bit like Israel Folau. Carmichael Hunt was a good basketballer, obviously a good union player when he was younger. Rugby League, he burst on the scene as a 17-year-old. Broncos are struggling for some backs.
Him and Barber go all right?
Yeah, I can't.
Corey Norman's left and Barber's gone in there.
Yeah, Hoffman's rumoured to be wanting out, and now that Barber's there, so I think it's basically a fait accompli that you'd chase him, wouldn't you?
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
That's a great extreme athlete, so yeah, get onto him.
Okay, Rugby League Week, we'll continue doing the questions. Make sure you get on the website and ask the questions, and MG will answer them for you next week.